Welcome to the Earning Your Living by Living Your Dream show. We are here one more week together. It's Adriana and Matt, and we're going to interview DJ Lingo today. There he is.
What's up, y'all?
The crowd goes wild.
And DJ Lingo, he is very professional. The other day we were talking to him how he manages his business, and it's quite impressive, Cody. So we wanted to first ask you, how did you get curious to start your DJing business?
I moved to Austin for acting and some other stuff, and I needed a night job. And so I was bartending and working the door at some clubs. And I really enjoyed it. I like the schedule of working at night, and it's not for everybody, you know, most people don't like that. Right. But it gave me an opportunity to go to auditions during the day, and I could have my whole day to myself. And so, and then once I started bartending and working the door and stuff, I saw the DJ always come in and make his money and only be there for like 3 or 4 hours. I was like, dang, that would be even better.
That lights you up. Your face lit up so much.
Yeah. No. I mean, who wouldn't want to go in just for 3 or 4 hours and make probably double the money? Yeah. So that's what. Yeah.
Is there anything else you noticed about the DJ that, like the DJ life or the DJ position or role, or that you liked about that?
Well, yeah. I mean, instead of me picking up cups and sweeping the floor and stuff, I would just be going in there to play music. Like that was pretty interesting to me. But I love music anyway. I was always messing around with DJ stuff at the house and everything. But I would have like after parties at my house, and I DJ my own parties.
Oh, nice.
And just to get feedback from people. And also it was just a lot of fun. And then some club owners came over sometime and they were like, dang, you sound better than the DJ we had tonight. How much you charge? And I was like, I don't know, $100. And he was like, oh yeah, come in on Saturday. I was like, I didn't know I could get like 4 or 5 times more than that.
Right. Wow.
But yeah, that's kind of how it all started out. And I just really fell in love with it, and then started getting at bigger venues. And now I'm at Dogwood, and that's one of the biggest venues around. You know, they own there's a bunch of Dogwoods. The owner was on The Bachelor. He was on there twice. So he's pretty popular.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, they just kind of, I've been doing it for over 10 years now, and it's been a blast.
10 years already. Wow.
Yeah, 10 plus years. Yeah. Like I hope I'm doing it till I die. You know, I hope I'm probably going to be that 80-year-old guy on someone's taking a video of like, man, this dude's still DJing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I really feel like it's the best job in the world. I mean, I feel almost maybe like, I don't know how else to relate. Maybe like an NBA player or something, you know, getting paid to play a sport that he enjoys.
Nice. That's
right. I really, really love it.
Mm-hmm. And you told us also that you have some kind of community outreach with the other DJs, or also your prices.
Oh yeah. So it's a tight-knit community, but there's also probably 300 plus DJs in Austin, just in Austin, and there's a handful of them that actually get to go do bigger gigs and who are the more professional about it, you know. So we try to, you know, we hold ourselves valuable on being professional, having good equipment, making sure we're there on time, making sure we have the songs that they want for any event and stuff, you know. So I mean, me personally, I'm in a position to charge a premium for any event that I do. And there's a handful of other DJs that get to charge, that can do that too.
Nice.
And so that's just, I mean, if you get what you pay for a lot of the time, a DJ will make or break your party. If it's a wedding, whatever it is, if you spend good money on a DJ, they should be people are going to leave that place being like, dang, that was a fun party because the music was fun.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and if you have a crappy DJ and you want to skimp out on getting somebody new or something like that because it's in your budget, you're probably, I mean, it could be a hit or miss on a good party. It's just, it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and Cody, we've been talking about over the last week or so charisma.
Oh, okay.
And bam, you are Mr. Charisma.
Yeah.
And it's something that sometimes we can't even explain, because we were even talking about, well, what's the difference between confidence and charisma? Because there is a difference. It's like you either have it or you don't.
And you have a lot of charisma.
Yeah, you have a lot. I mean, so much so that when I met you, you inspired me to just go up and like meet you and have I think I got your card, and then I called you, and I
think you were hitting on me.
Yeah, I was like, man, I got some confidence from somewhere.
No, I appreciate that. I mean, that's what it's about. I just really enjoy where I'm at, and nobody wants to be around somebody. If you go in there to get a drink from a bartender, you don't want them to get an attitude because they've had a bad day. They're going to spread that good vibe. It's good energy for me. I want to spread good energy. And if a bartender's all bubbly and stuff and ask how your day going, you're probably going to pay extra for that drink. You're probably going to tip extra, and you're going to make that person feel at home. And I like to do that when I'm DJing. People who come in, if I see them more than a couple times at Dogwood, then I go up and introduce myself and say, hey, I saw y'all last week and the week before. I appreciate y'all coming back,
Nice.
And give them my card and, make them feel at home. And that's how you get a customer base. It helps the bar out. It's good for me. It's good for everybody around.
So you become like a host.
Well, I used to throw parties too. So I forgot to mention that. So whenever I was bartending and working the door and stuff like that, at Dizzy Rooster, they would give you 10% on any party that you threw, like on a Wednesday or Tuesday or during the week. So I was like, man, I could throw like a toga party in here or throw some random event, and y'all give me 10% on what we would do. Like if we have a $5,000 night, I'm getting $500. So I was like, man, let me throw some parties. That'd be even easier for me to make some money, or where I could go to more auditions and stuff. So that's it. So I built a big customer base and made a lot of friends like that. And you're only as good as the last party that you threw. So I had to make sure every party that I threw was really good, a lot of promotion and stuff like that, and just make sure everybody's having a good time. So I kind of automatically got into that hosting thing. Not a lot of other DJs are going to walk around and introduce themselves and stuff like that. I just like doing that, and I like it when somebody does it to me. So I just keep that in mind. So whenever I started DJing, it kind of went hand in hand, and it worked out.
Nice.
I have a question.
What's up?
Okay, I just giggled right now because you know what I envision?
What? Uh-oh.
Where you go?
What did
That's
right. Keep it PG-13 here.
Were you going around in a toga partying with people at the
I threw 20 or 30 different, 30 plus parties. Probably. I threw toga parties.
Gosh,
like dress up parties. I would throw a party like a 70s party where everybody had to dress up. A lot of theme parties. If you go in my closet, I have so many crates of clothes that are 70s outfits, costume stuff, like superhero stuff. I don't know. I like, anytime my buddies go to Vegas, I won't let anybody go with me unless they're gonna wear 70s outfits.
Ooh, that's groovy.
Yeah, it's a vibe, and you can just get into character the whole time. And the last time me and my brother went, the last two times we actually wanted to switch it up, and we went to Cavender's Boot City and got all cowboyed out, giant belt buckles. And we told people we were there for a rodeo convention and that we're bull riders. and we're at like a Steve Aoki concert, a big time house DJ, and we're on the dance floor just getting nuts. And people are bringing us shots, taking pictures and stuff, and we're doing like these. We were like acting like we're two-stepping and stuff. It's so much fun. It's hilarious. And we're just telling people we're there for bull riding, and we're like dressed up like that at some house concert.
That's fun.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's
And you-
like,
But yeah, I wore some togas.
nice. What,
the
Matt?
next progression of the parties that you threw. It's like travel parties where now they're paying you for like the flight and the arrangement and the party ideas and the fun that you bring to the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I get him. I mean, I get invited to Vegas a lot from a lot of random friends that want to keep a small group, because once you start telling somebody, hey, we're doing a Vegas trip, seems like a lot of people want to come. And so they'll do a small group, and they'll always make sure to hit me and my brother up, because I mean, they know we're going to get the party started out there. You know, as soon as you show up in something like that in a group, people are coming up
Right.
left and right, and they get a kick out of it. They're like, man, we'll get the bottles tonight. You just show up with the good vibes. And I'm like, all right, we do that.
Cool.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do they pay for your flights?
No, they don't. I mean, I'm not gonna get somebody
No?
to pay for my flight. I can do all that. But you know,
Okay.
whenever we're getting like, I'm with some people and they got a $20,000 table. I mean, I'm not gonna throw somebody $5,000 for the night, you know. So I mean, I'll throw in my part on some stuff, but a lot of the times my friends are like, man, we invited you out. We wanted, you know, they want to make sure that the party's gonna be fun. And
Yeah.
a lot of times they won't take my money.
Got it.
That's right. That's
And-
absolutely
and-
right.
Yeah. And what about you know, in these 10 years, I remember we had a conversation how you were very professional, being there on time. Like, what are your rules as a DJ?
Professionalism, really. I don't call in, you know, it just trying to be professional in every aspect. I do for somebody as I want somebody done for me if I was the owner, you know. So there has been times where I have a Saturday gig lined up and I'm getting paid 500, but also somebody might hit me up the week or 2 weeks before, or maybe the week before, and ask me to go DJ in Dallas or something, or do a private event for 1,500, or, you know, or I'll be making triple the money. And I don't want to put the bar that I'm working at in jeopardy of having to find somebody last minute, because a lot of good DJs are booked. So I'll go and do that gig and make sure I have something booked 2 or 3 months out, so I give them enough time. But also, that's what a lot of DJs aren't professional like that. They'll take that money real quick and not think about the long run of that bar, burning a bridge with that bar. They could be at that bar every Saturday, but they're willing to call in on a Saturday or a couple of days before and put that bar in jeopardy and not work there again. I don't understand that. I'd rather have something where I know I'm gonna be at every week.
Yeah.
But yeah, being on time. I mean, on time is early, you know. I don't think I've ever been late to a gig. I'll leave an attitude at the door. Anytime everybody goes through some stuff. My kids will kind of give me mush brain during the day if I'm with them all day, you know. I love them, but they'll drive me. They'll push the limits, and I'll go to work kind of like I need to have a couple shots. But I try to leave everything at the door and put a smile on my face and keep a good energy behind the DJ booth and make sure everybody's having a good time. Because I mean, if I'm not having a good time, a lot of people aren't going to have a good time.
Yeah, they'll be able to sense that.
Yeah. And I don't know, I don't know how else to put it, being professional.
Cool. During your career, you also got married, and now you have kids. And how does she deal with your business game?
She's only been out like 3 times when I've ever DJ'd. Yeah. I mean, she doesn't go out.
That lights you up.
Do what?
Your face lights up when you say, well, she's only been there 3 times, and that's it.
Well, yeah,
and it's good. You light up.
She doesn't go out a whole lot anyway. She more likes to do stuff in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But
it's
like the last time she went out, I'll just give you a story. Last time she went out, there was like 2 bachelorette parties in there. And they're surrounded the DJ booth, and they're just like buying me shots, and we're all having fun and everything. And she comes up and tries to like wiggle through, and she's like, hey, I'm trying to give you a hug, about to leave. And I was like, all right, like I couldn't even really get to her, you know. It's like these girls are like kind of bumping her around, and she's like, golly, that was torture. She's like, it's like that all the time. And I was like, when the bachelorette parties are in there and they want to hang around the DJ booth, she was like, I'd just rather not go in. She'll never ask me any questions or anything or get
Wow.
jealous or anything. She's just like, that was a lot, you know.
Okay, that's
But it
good.
is a,
Yeah,
it is a
that's
certain
huge.
character that I have to put on whenever I'm DJing. You know, I
right,
do
it's
have to be
character.
flirty, and I do have to make sure everybody's having a good time and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. It's part of the character and the fun and the attraction, part of the attraction too.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm sure you don't mind too much.
No, it's the tension's okay sometimes.
And you also have another business where
Yes.
you have done some container
So we
creativity.
I've been in the bar business for a long time. I actually bought into a bar called Corner Bar on South Lamar, and I was in that place for 4 or 5 years, and I wanted to get into real estate, and so I asked to get bought out. And for like the last 6 years, I guess 6+ years, I've been doing real estate, and I used that money. And it was a couple of guys that I worked with. It's a contract each house. They need them, instead of them going to the bank to get a loan. If they go to the bank and get $50,000, it might be like 20 or 30% just for that cash loan, you know.
Mhm.
And so what I did was I would just ask for a profit. I'd ask for a percentage of the profit on whatever the house does. And so the house might take like 6, 7, 8 months. And I would just make money on each one of those projects. But then it started getting to where it would take a long time for the house to be built, especially since the housing market blew up in Austin. And it started taking a year to almost get a house built, and the materials went up.
Mhm.
Labor's expensive. I mean, it's super expensive to build a house now. And
Mm.
so we were looking at ideas, what we could do, how to cut some costs. So we thought of this idea. They thought of this idea and they asked me about it, and I loved it. But it's prefabricated homes. They get built in Houston and they get shipped here.
Wow.
And yeah, and we get them done in less than 6 months. The
Mhm.
build's cheaper, so we can charge cheaper. And so it's called Central Texas Backyard Builders. And we try to do, for people mainly that want a like rental property in their backyard.
Mhm.
You know, they have a big enough backyard, and we put pillars in, and we drop the house it gets shipped in, and we drop it over their house, like with the crane, and set it on some pillars back there.
Oh, wow.
You know, you can get a house back there for less than 400,000 and not have a bunch of mess of materials being built back there. You know, if you ever see a house being built, there's materials everywhere. I mean, stuff's flying everywhere.
Yeah.
And the build is better too. We get it built in a factory, and it's the same wood. Everything's the same, except we're building it inside. Whenever you're building it outside, the wood and everything can get weathered during rainy season and the sun hitting it and all that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just everything about it. And we started it in December. So I used all my money to just invest in that. So I own a small percentage of that, but I sell them too.
Mhm.
Nice.
So
these are how many
that's how I got
square
in that. For the one that's less than it's around 380,000 for one that's about 1,100 square feet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, which is pretty good if you know kind of we only do around Austin, downtown Austin, or just, you know, South Lamar, all that stuff.
Nice.
And when you'll finally install those things, you have to like shut down the street and everything.
So yeah, there's permits when it comes to that. So we have to get permits and make sure everybody has their car off of the street. And if they don't, then we could get it towed. And most people, once you tell them that, they just make sure they have their car moved between 9 a.m. and noon the next day, you know, or if we let them know a week before.
Right.
And
Wow.
so then we have to come in and cut down branches and stuff like that, make sure the street is where we can really get the home in there. And we didn't know it was going to take off like it did. So we built one as a model home. We wanted to have one where we could take somebody in and show them how much or what they're getting and everything, so they can, instead of just seeing pictures of it.
Yeah.
And so we had a model home, and we were going to put it up for like $375. But once we end up starting to sell them, we planned on selling it. And right when we put it up, we had offers. People were just coming in making offers, and it wasn't even for sale.
Wow.
So we ended up selling that first one for 400 and it's like 490,000.
Wow.
And we were like, whoa, you know, we got to take that money. Like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
so we're like, let's do another model. We'll sell this one and we'll do another model home in the backyard.
Uh-huh.
And so then we did another model home and then the same thing happened. And we're like, dang, we can't even have a model home up. And so what we started doing was every time someone wanted one to be built, we would tell them, hey, we need a month after it's built to show it, you know, and we'll give you a price break on the cut instead of us just having a main model home. So now every time once one gets installed, we can show that one. And so it's always a different place where we're showing them, but there's only like 3 different units you can pick from, you know, so it's not a bunch of different options.
Okay. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
So you've got,
But so I'm really just invested in that. And I mean, I go to some of the meetings and stuff like that, but I'm not too involved with it. You know, I just like I get a quarterly check from them and that's fine with me.
yeah, that's good.
Setting up some different streams of income there.
Yeah.
I try to, you know.
That's great. And your main thing is DJ Lingo.
DJ Lingo, yeah, self-employed with that, you know. So I do my taxes, but
Nice.
What's with the name Lingo?
Yeah.
What's the story?
that's my last name.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Well,
Sounds
there
so
you go.
cool.
You know, whenever I first started, I wanted to be called, I was thinking of like DJ names and everybody has some weird, I don't know, like DJ Crazy Rabbit or something, you know, I don't know. Just everybody has some weird stuff. And then I was like, man, what about if I become at first I wanted to become a big DJ. I was focused on that. And I wanted to be like a celebrity DJ almost, you know, I really like that. And so I was like, what about if I have some crazy name and then I want people to come see Cody Lingo, you know, like if you go see like Steve Aoki, that's his name. You know, that I was like, I didn't want to have to switch my DJ name. So then I was like, let me just use my last name and then I could just throw Cody in there later on if I needed to.
that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's funny how many people ask me that though. They're like, where does Lingo come from? I'm like, it's my last name. They're like, oh, okay.
You got to make up a story better than that. You know what I mean?
I know. I need to come up with something.
We'll help you. We'll help you.
Some of the viewers need to comment. Let us know
The viewers can comment. Lingo.
some ideas.
Lingo.
Yeah. It's worked out.
It sounds good. It sounds like exotic.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, there is, you
And
know, if
fun.
somebody says it's like a language or something, you know, do you understand my lingo?
Yeah.
Lingo, language.
And so at first I was coming up with all these quotes because I was getting these stickers made of me DJing or just like a character of DJing. And on the bottom, I was saying, know your lingo. Like, and I had these stickers and also I was going as your girlfriend's favorite DJ on the bottom of those stickers too. And I was like, nobody really wanted the stickers. So I was holding on to a bunch of them. So I'm like, I'm just not gonna get any made anymore.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Well, you're handing them out to all the guys. That's why.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, dang, people didn't like the girlfriend's favorite DJ. Like that didn't pick up.
No, but you know, DJ Lingo sounds great.
Depends what crowd you want, you know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Congratulations on, 10 years. That's a big deal.
I appreciate that. It
sustain
kind of
a
flew by,
career.
like me saying that right now, I'm like, I haven't really thought about that too much. So that is, it kind of just flew by, man. I've really enjoyed it. I really wish I try to talk my friends into more of doing something they enjoy because I hate hearing people hate their job. Like that really gets under my skin. You don't have to hate your job. Like I have some friends that do personal training and they work at a fitness place around here. And I was like, why don't you just start your own personal training outside of there and build some clients up and you could really get a business going. And what I've come to find out, people just don't have that business mentality of starting their own company. They like this safety net of making sure their bills are getting paid by somebody else.
Right.
And they don't want, and you're only going to be capped at that. You can't get any bigger. You can make the company that you're working for bigger, but you're never going to get any bigger. You're probably going to be, you might get a little bit of a bonus at work,
Right.
but being self-employed, it is a risk, but you can set yourself up to make a lot more money.
Yes. And that's why we're doing these videos, earning your living by living your dream, they're called. And you are a great example to all our viewers to tell them, hey, you know what? You can do what you love and get paid for it. So thank you for being here, Cody.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll see you next time, and we'll come up with a story to say.
Now everybody's going to know it's a story now that you said it.
Right, that's true. Well, next time.
We'll try and keep our show unpopular.
I appreciate y'all interviewing me.
Yeah.
What was that, Link, Cody?
I said I appreciate y'all having me on here. I had fun.
Oh,
Our
you're
pleasure,
welcome.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah, one more thing. I still have that CD from 7 years ago.
Really?
It's so good.
Oh, you have a
Oh man,
DJ
I
Lingo?
need to make another one.
Yes, you know why, guys? I remember within this last 7 years, I think I messaged you maybe at least twice saying, how can I listen to your music? And because I just had that one CD and it's
Oh man.
good. It
Well,
was
I made
good.
those for I made those for people who had boats. So that's why I started making those CDs, because people would hit me up and were like, man, I need like a 2-hour mix to take out on the boat next week.
Yeah.
And I want it to sound like a DJ. How much would you charge? And I was like, I mean, I'll do it for $100 and do it just a personal hour session for you. Just let me know what you want. And they're like, I want house music. And then I started liking the mixes that I had. And so I was like, let me make a bunch of those copies and just hand them out. And then I could sell them to people who else wanted it on the boat. And
Nice. You created a branch. It branched out.
Yes.
yeah, it just kind of worked out. I mean, I was making pretty good money on them.
Nice.
So,
Do you have a website?
I don't. So I had a website, and to be honest, I'm so booked, like from weddings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Me taking care of that website just didn't make any sense, because I'm in a contract with Dogwood. I'm at a bar on Rainy. And then I play a lot of sand volleyball too. So I want to make sure that my days, I didn't want to work too much, so I hated telling people I'm booked, and couldn't do any other parties. So I just took the website down.
Okay.
And whenever I want to, if it ever comes a position where I really need it, then I'll get back up. But I just like exactly where I'm at right now.
Great.
And I don't want anything to change.
Awesome, Cody. Great example. Great. Well, thank you so much again for being here with us today. And yeah, we'll keep it up too. We'll keep inspiring people out there.
Yeah.
All right, I'll talk to y'all later.
Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.